Richie Johnson draws the number 2 pill, starts on the outside of the front row. He is already locked into the final 4. Who else will join him as we get ready to rock and roll? 25 laps for the Everett Auto Parts Sport 4s, looking for the green when they come off of turn number 4. Trouble on the start. Some bumper tag there. Sullivan got into the back of somebody and has damage on the front end of his number 2 already. And we'll try that again. 25 laps on the board, ready to go. Off of turn number 4 they come. We're under green, and it is Budzyna and Johnson leading the pack down into turn number 1. Johnson looking for the jump, gets a good run down the back straightaway.
Those two will drag race into 3, but Johnson's going to overtake that top spot using that high side. That second groove has been the happy zone for the first 16 laps of the night, with Hayes riding the inside on Budzyna, and Richie Johnson has opened up an 8-car length advantage into 3 and off of 4.
Johnson has been the favorite most of the season. Last few weeks, he just hasn't had the speed in the car that he was looking for. Tonight, early on, he shows that he is going to be the guy to beat. Down the back straightaway, Hayes settles into the second spot. Budzyna and Meack battling for third, with the 4 of Sleboda rounding out the top 5.
Budzyna and Meack will duel for that third spot. Budzyna sliding in, top 6, single file. Down the back straightaway, Johnson by 10 over Dan Hayes, who quietly snuck inside the top 2, with Arthur Meack rounding out the top 3 as we hit lap 4.
Down across the stripe, Sam Sleboda has to get by the 0-1 of Budzyna to tie. Then it comes down to wins. They both have 1. Then it comes down to second place finishes.
They both have 2.
Well, then it'll go to third,
Yep.
and who knows after that. But that is how they figure that out. Sleboda all over the back bumper of Budzyna as they roll down into turn number 3.
Sleboda still chasing the 0-1 of Budzyna off of turn number 4. Again, has to get by Jacob.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. They are tied with 5. It is not 6-5. It is 5-5.
Or whatever. You still want to get by as many people as you can.
She still needs to get by him.
But Richie Johnson at lap 7 still out front by 8 car lengths this time. Dan Hayes trimmed that advantage down a little bit. Leader to sit turn number 3. Richie Johnson still out front.
Down the back stretch and into turn 3, that battle goes. Sleboda to the outside of Budzyna. Couldn't get a run down low. She tries the high side, coming off the corner. Settles it behind as they hit turn 1, and all of a sudden, Christine Cavallero, who has found some speed in that car tonight, sits in that 6th spot. She's trying to get herself up the field.
At lap 9, Johnson hitting turn number 2, 12 car lengths ahead of Dan Hayes. Arthur Meack rounding out the top 3. Richie Johnson, again, secured his spot in the final 4. Dan Hayes, Arthur Meack looking to join him. It's looking good for them so far at lap 10.
Down on the inside, Sleboda again tries the inside of Budzyna. Hasn't gotten the run, settles it in back behind as they come off of turn number 2. That is the battle for the 4th and final transfer spot. Top 3 right now. Those 3 drivers would be in. Meack all sorts of crossed up, though, gathering it in. But that battle for 4th, hot and heavy off at turn number 2.
Budzyna and Sleboda exchanging that spot, with Sleboda still pressuring the back bumper of Budzyna. Nice clean racing between the 0-1 and the 4 with the cross flags. Out next time by. 13 will be on the board. 12 circuits to go as Sleboda still chasing Budzyna by a car length into turn number 3.
Hasn't been able to make a serious hard run as she continues to hound him down the front straightaway at lap number 13. Into turns 1 and 2 they go, and she has got to find a way by. Johnson in control and dominating this one. Hayes sits in the number 2 spot, Meack 3rd, and it's a straightaway back to that battle for 4th.
1, 2, and 3, nice and easy. Keeping the car in one piece, not doing anything that could hurt their chances.
Problems for Nate Smith up on the backstretch. He is slow down into turn number 3, trying to limp that car back to the pits, and I don't think he's going to be able to make it. He is not, and there comes the caution, and that could be the change of outcome that Sam Sleboda needs on the restart with Budzyna. She had not been able to get a run by him, and that is for that fourth and final transfer. Up on the board, Grant Spaulding out of line, falling back in as we get ready to come off of turn number 4. There's a green flag. Nate Smith back out. And look at the battle up front as Hayes tries to get a run to the outside of Johnson as they roll down into 3. Here comes Sleboda down on the inside of Budzyna.
Johnson hanging high up top for that lead. Top 3 are single file. Keep your eyes on that battle for the 4th position between the 4 of Sleboda and the 0-1 of Budzyna. They are wheel to wheel heading into the 3rd corner, but up front, Meack trying to give Hayes a run for his money for the 2nd spot at lap 17.
Budzyna slides high off of turn 4, and that puts Sleboda up into the 4th and final transfer spot. They come off the corner. Budzyna settles in behind, looks for a crossover down into turn number 3, but Sleboda's got a car length on him as they hit the corners.
Up front, Johnson setting the pace by 3 car lengths on Dan Hayes, and another 2 back. It's Arthur Meack with the top 3. Pigs in a blanket separate from the rest of the field, with Sleboda now 1 in front of Jacob Budzyna. That's exactly where she needs to be as the leaders cross the start finish. It is Johnson still out front by 5 car lengths this time down the back straightaway.
Hayes settling into 2nd. Meack sits 3rd as they roll down the back straightaway. 5 laps to go this time at the stripe. Johnson continuing that torrid pace at the top of the leaderboard.
Johnson still setting the pace on Dan Hayes. Sam Sleboda still holding off Jacob Budzyna. 2 drivers that have had really fantastic seasons in their own right. Battling it out for that 4th and final transfer spot, with Sleboda hanging on to it right now with 3.5 to go for Richie Johnson as the leaders hit 3 and 4.
3 more circuits around the 3rd mile, makes it 1 mile to go for Richie Johnson, looking for his 3rd win of the season. Up front by 3 lengths over Dan Hayes. Meack sits 3rd on the grid. Sleboda right now holding on to that 4th spot. Down off the corner, twin sticks are in the air. 2 more circuits. Here comes Budzyna down to the inside of Sleboda.
Budzyna's not going to go away quietly. He's now on the inside of Sleboda. Those 2 separated by 3/4 of a car length, with Richie Johnson leading the charge off of 4. White flag is in the air for the Matty Tire number 8.
Some heavy lap traffic in front of your leaders as they slide up the racetrack and let your leaders go on by. Off of turn number 4, checkered flag is in the air. Win number 3 on the season for Richie Johnson. 2nd place to Hayes. 3rd going to Arthur Meack, and down to the stripe gives Sleboda that 4th position.
Last week you said you were looking for a little more speed with this car. Tonight, I think you nailed it.
Yeah, we made a couple adjustments, but the biggest thing was getting the track position. I just really wanted to see what this thing would do with no one in front of me, and we got that tonight. So hopefully, I don't know, we'll build off of this and be ready for next week.
How high is the confidence going into championship night?
I got everything to lose, so I'm pretty nervous if I'm being honest, but we'll see.
That restart looked like Dan Hayes gave you a little bit of a struggle there over the first couple of laps, and then you were able to pull it away.
Yeah, I was a little nervous. Just kind of had to run my own line, my own race, and let it work its way out from there. I knew once I got out front, I'd be able to run my line and stay consistent, so thankfully we got it done.
1 week left. A lot of people behind you this year.
Yeah, I got to thank my girlfriend, my family, my friends, Matty Tire, Down Home Fence, Cornwell Tools, Telashes Life, Abstract Welding, Andrews Family Automotive, Lynch and Convoy Insurance, Moonlit Roots, and J Corp Unlimited Excavation.
Congrats. Another good night for you. 2nd place tonight. Locked yourself into the Final 4.
Yeah, it's a good feeling. We've worked hard for it this year with the troubles we had in the beginning of the season. Well, we didn't expect to be where we are now, but here we are. We got a chance next week, and racing 2 good friends that we've made here at the track. A lot of people here show up every week to watch us race, the guys in the pits. My family's here tonight. My wife, finally, everybody's together to see me get on the podium, so great night. Looking forward to next week.
1 more week. You excited?
Yeah, definitely. Any one of these guys is deserving to win it. You know, if one of us gets out front, it's going to be hard to pass the other. Just like Richie said, you know, as soon as somebody gets on you, if you run your line, it's going to be we're within a tenth of each other. If you run our line and we're out front, it's going to be hard. So whichever one gets out front, I think has got a great chance next week.
All right, who do we got to thank tonight?
Got to thank my parents, my wife, my father, Dan's pool service down in Florida, my dad, everybody that comes out and help me. Eric and Andrew Lee that I work with tomorrow on the sport truck, they come out and support me all the time. Everybody here at the track crew, you guys, you know, it's been a great year so far.
Yes, it has. Congratulations. Great. It looked like the car was struggling just a little bit with the handling tonight.
Oh, yeah, it was. I don't know what's wrong with it. It was all over the place, though. It was like,
We got a week to fix it, though.
I do, yeah.
Third place finish. You're locked into the final four. You got to be confident going in. You've had a fast car all year, a handful of wins. What's your prognosis?
I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know, honestly. It's just going to.
Well, that's okay. But I know you got some
I don't
people.
know yet, but I will.
I know you got some people you want to thank.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Dave Westgate, Cam Balmain, my beautiful wife, my mom, my sisters, my kids, Jen, Joey, my aunts, Nick, Jay, everybody that come out, Dr. Torres, Family Dentistry, Middleborough Recycling, Bruce's Scrap Metal, ATE Disposal. Where else I forgot?
That's okay. I got one more question for you. At the beginning of the year, you and Dave were swapping the ride back and forth. Any chance on letting him drive it next week?
No.
I didn't think so. Great run. Congratulations.